Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Horsetooth Tony here. Today's video we're going to be talking about the P38 G-1 and what makes this plane so good yet so hard to fly. But before we get into that, lads, I want to tell you guys why I haven't been uploading content for you. Recently I just had my third and final child, and I just wanted to focus on that, helping my my fiance out with the kids, taking care of the baby, taking care of my other two sons, and overall just working. If for you that don't know, I have a 3-year-old, a 1.5-year-old, and now a newborn. He's a month and 8 days now. And just before we had the baby, you know, I had to buckle down and focus on stuff that needed to be done over playing games. I'm sure most of you understand. If you don't, I get it. I'm going to try to be more consistent. I have this video and another video that I have all the footage for. I just got to do my voiceovers. So there's going to be content rolling out for you guys very, very soon. So guys, what makes this P38 good, or all P38s good? Well, there's a couple reasons why I personally feel they are some of the top tier planes you can fly. Mainly is its top speed stated is 410 miles per hour, has a 22-second turn time, and an over 3,000 feet per minute climb, and it has an air spawn, guys. With all these tricks, with all these goodies you have in the bag with this plane, you can dominate lobbies. The armament on the plane is very good. You have 450 cals and an ANM2 20mm slapped into your nose. With how everything's mounted, if you hit with 150 cal, you're hitting with every 50 cal. So I mean, if 150 cal hits, 3 others are hitting with this plane. It has very good energy retention, and you have insane acceleration in a dive. At this BR, you have one of the best dive characteristics out of any other plane, and that is something you should use if you know you can't outrun somebody in a straight line. If you have altitude, dive with this baby. You can easily get up around 500 miles per hour in a dive without ripping. So many times I've just dove away and then straight lined away from something like a Yak or a BF-109. Very, very good plane to escape with your dive characteristics. But if you're not climbing to altitude and using your air spawn to advantage, you're kind of throwing out one of your main defensive techniques with the plane. Is you're not giving yourself altitude to dive away. What I like to do if I'm high altitude and I know I can't shake somebody is just straight dive down, see if they chase me. With the P38, you're going to be able to hit a higher top speed before ripping than most other planes. So it's either going to give the enemy, I chase this guy and pray I hit him and rip apart, or I have to pull off and gain some altitude, which will create space between you and your enemy. Another thing that makes the P38 good is it has a decent turn time if you know how to use it and when to use it. The turn time is a pro and a con with it. That's kind of all I can think of what makes the P38 good. I mean, if you put its top speed, rate of climb, air spawn, and its armament in a bag and shake it up, you have a recipe to destroy lobbies. This game right here could have been a 7-kill game. As you guys saw earlier, I kind of got mad after someone took one of my kills in the beginning. That's because I knew just with the setup on how everything was starting, I was going to be able to destroy this lobby. End up with 6 kills, could have been 7. But, you know, shit happens. I'm just happy I won. It was kind of childish of me to get mad, but, you know, things happen. Sometimes the game gets the best of us. But with that out of the way, let's talk about what makes this thing such a hard plane to fly and learn. Number one, what makes this plane hard is its turn time. It says 22 seconds, but this thing is not meant to be turned with. You have a good turn rate around 350 miles per hour, but this thing dumps speed faster than your ex-girlfriend catching you cheating and throwing your shit out of her house. The moment you engage in a turn, you're just dumping speed like crazy. It's one of the one of the worst fighters for energy retention through a turn. Another thing that makes this thing so hard to be good with is how big it is and how easy it is to hit. Along with that is your elevator is just a gigantic slat behind you, and if a German 20mm hits it with air target belts, it's blown off and you're going down. Another thing that makes a P38 very hard to fly is it locks up at high speeds, and already because how nose heavy the plane is, you don't have the best authority with your elevators. So it makes it really hard to get your nose on target while using your elevators. And topped on that, you're such a big plane with a massive wingspan, and your ailerons are not that big, that you have a terrible roll rate. So it makes it hard to get your nose on target. But after you fly this plane, you get used to how it flies, you're going to find it very easy to get your nose on. Guys, that pretty much sums up what makes this plane good and bad. Just remember, stick to booming and zooming. I know in this video I'm kind of turning with people, but I'm always watching my mini-map, and I know when I have separation to be able to turn with someone and come back on them. This P-51 I chose to fight at the end. I chose to fight him to show how bad this thing is at actually turn fighting. If I would have chose to continue turn fighting with him on a one-on-one, he would have easily beat me and I would have died. With all that being said, guys, thanks for stopping by, watching my channel, supporting me. I enjoy all your comments. And like always, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.